Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we talk with Bret Adams about his brand, Black Diamond Brewery and Distillery. My name is KK. Please join me in welcoming my co-host Steve Igley. Along with our special guests, we have Tim Swyatt, Matt Welge, Jim Gokin, and Bret Adams.
Hey gang, what's up?
What's happening?
Hello.
Hello. We got a full crew here tonight, so 6 is more than usual. It feels like a lot. It's just one more person, and he's a guest, so it's this is not that unusual, but it feels like our numbers are huge here tonight, so that's pretty cool. KK, all guys and you. How about this? You gonna be able to hold your own tonight? You gonna be able to hold your own tonight?
Yeah, or I can do what the other hosts do and just scroll on my phone and let you do all the business.
This is true.
Three of them are guilty of that. Just checking out in the middle of the show. So they like the phone scroll. So yeah.
Already, I have more faith in KK. Already.
I am not out to take anybody's job.
As she says that, she might be the most professional one in the group. Yeah, the others.
Yes.
The others are,
There's only 4 shows tonight, so I can't get too inebriated.
Okay, all right. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But
you could try.
Yeah. It's like
I've done that before. I've tried and I've succeeded, and I spent 2 days on the couch. So.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm at the age where a 2-day hangover is...
2-day hangover is real, right? Right. Okay. Very cool. Well, Bret, welcome to the show, man. Appreciate you coming on. We're going to be talking about you and your company and all that kind of good stuff today.
I appreciate you having me. Really, really privileged and honored to be invited.
Right. And you're really a listener, right?
I am a listener.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Because everyone says that when they you get all these things, it's just nonstop where it's like, and they just pick out one episode, but they never say anything about the episode. They're like, saw that episode where you're talking about the Bourbon Festival in whatever city, and that was great. I'm like, oh, okay. What do you know about it when they don't respond? So
no,
they don't even want to listen to the show. Yeah. They're just trying to sell me something. So yeah. So you wanted to come on, talk about what you got going on. We're looking forward to that. Before we get to that, though, you said you had a funny story about Miss Becca Sue. We thought we'd save that for small talk. So what's going on with that?
Well, let me tell you what happened this weekend at the Bourbon Festival. So I go up and introduce myself as Bret Adams from Black Diamond, and I'm going to be on your podcast Sunday. And she goes, so you're that guy. And then there was a pause. And then she said, don't fuck it up.
That's Becca Sue.
You really did beat her.
Yeah.
So that was the first interaction. And then we interacted a couple of seminars and the parties. And then she had told me Saturday night, she said, I wish I was on Sunday night. And I said, I don't know, babes. I don't know if that's going to work because I really think that I am a male version of you. And she said, well, why? And I said, well, I'm kind of intolerant. I'm kind of impatient, I'm kind of opinionated. And I swear as much as you do. And I think that might describe her from my limited knowledge of knowing her and listening to the.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You've got Matt. Well, definitely not KK. She's fine with KK. No issues with KK at all. With me, with Gokin and Swyat, yes, big problems. Matt, he's
keeping his head down.
Oh yeah. He's
Yeah.
like the golden child of the network because he's Mr. Good guy.
Right below the radar.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I've
Can't
seen,
last
I've heard,
forever, Matt.
Yeah.
I've heard her go after a few people. I don't want to be one of those people on the other end. So
Right.
I'm going to choose my words
Oh,
wisely.
When it happens, if it's not you that's the one getting chewed out, like if it was you, she was here and she was chewing you out, the rest of us would be enjoying the front row seat. It's amazing when she's
Popcorn
after somebody
eating.
else.
It's
Yeah.
fan the flames. It's
Just
what
get
can we do
Darren
to
on
keep this
there.
rolling.
Oh yeah.
Gokin and they step into it. Oh my God.
Yes. We
It's
we
some of the
stoke
best
fire.
best show we got. Oh yeah. 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 Just you just everything you say, you got to be careful where you don't get rolled into it too. So yeah, you just want to let that person
Give it a little poke.
Yeah.
Little poke.
Many a times one would fly too close to the sun and lose their wings and get roped up into it, and then she just turns her attention to you,
Right.
and then it's just uncorked rage from there.
Listen, I just hope I don't fuck it up. You know?
You think it's a whimsical anecdote, and then you're in the middle of it.
Right. Oh yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Sometimes you're just blindsided because you don't know what's going to set her off. That's the key thing. So, yeah. So, she's fun to be around. So, but yes, can have a short fuse, as they say. So, she's
Would
ready.
everybody agree that she is opinionated and
Oh
quite
yeah.
patient?
No.
Yes. Yeah.
No,
Very
not
much
at
so.
all.
Very much so.
You all know her. I mean, I just met her and hear her from the show, and that was my impression
Oh yeah.
of her.
Yeah. The funny thing is when she meets Jim's wife, she's like, yell at him more. He needs that. she's because Becca, she's
Carte
like,
blanche
man,
to yell at me all she wants. Yeah.
First time she met Joy Lee, she was like, man, I've been pretty mean to him. And your wife comes up to Becca and she's like, yeah, I like what you're doing. Keep at it. So perfect. On that note, guess what, gang? It's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? We'll start with our guests. Brett, what do you got there, man?
Well, I have our barrel proof 121 Black Diamond, just to prove that I have listened a regular listener. Steve, I know that some of your participants play games with the microphone on the
Oh
cork
yeah,
top.
it's so annoying.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that yet. So this will be
Right.
my first one. So I'm a little nervous about doing it. And I don't know how to get close to my mic here. So we're going to see how this goes.
Okay.
That was
Okay.
nothing.
No, not much going on there.
No,
Not
that
much
was
going on.
that was a
Right.
poor rookie and inaugural.
Oh,
performance.
that's all right.
It was cute.
I'm going to go next, and I poured this one last show I was on, and it was absolutely terrible. So I know I just want to drink some good whiskey. I got a boxing bear here. This is mostly done. It didn't do anything last time. I'm not expecting it to do anything, so I'm just opening up the contest for the rest of you guys. So let's see what we got here. Oh, that was better than the last time, I feel. I've got the lead. We'll see what happens here. That was actually a nice effort, so we'll see what happens. We'll let Matt go next.
I have the Middle West Dark Pumpernickel Rye.
Okay.
This is the 96 proof.
Okay. Oh, basic, but not enough. I've got the lead. We're going to let KK go next.
Okay. I'm going to open up some minor case. This was the ABV Barrel Shop pick.
Okay. Solid. We'll throw it to a judge. We'll throw it to Tim. Who has the lead, me or KK?
KK has it.
KK has the
Hands
lead.
down. No debates.
That was a protest right there. Whoever dog that was. That we can't allow. I
wasn't
agree
mine.
with you, dog. It was correct that was wrong, but we have to live with this. Whatever a judge said. So, Tim, you're next. What do you got, man?
Brett, I love it. Your first time on the show, and you're already slinging shots at us microphone challenged individuals. I love it. So I got a bottle. We're going to put a little nod out to Macaulay and Avery For Dark Arts, congratulations on your nuptials. This is the straight bourbon whiskey finished with toasted Juppie Fleur French oak staves, batch number 1.
Before you do that, I got the story of the wedding because it's the most Macaulay thing ever. So Macaulay says, I think I want to get married tonight. Royce, you know what I really want, though? The gift that you could give me, if you're going to give me a gift, I would like a couple swords. You and I should have swords if I'm getting married. And Royce was like, I'll call some shops or something. He found them to get some swords, and then they get married that night. Fonte's he's presiding over this thing. It's just the most Macaulay thing ever. So, yes.
He's got his cutlasses. Both.
His bride, Avery, wonderful lady, beautiful woman. He hit a home run. He's punching way above his weight level there. Congratulations to the two of them. And but crazy stuff.
Can't agree more.
Crazy Macaulay world right there. All right.
Let's see if this cork pop, because this is quite.
Here's heart beating. He turns that microphone up so high. So yeah.
Yeah, hold my ears.
Right. KK has the lead.
It was nothing coming anyways. We knew it.
All right, Gokin, you're last but not least. This is the first time we're testing you on a cork pop remotely. This is just, winter.
Well, I have my same microphone, so it's still going to be crappy.
It's different. Everything's
well-loved,
different.
well-loved bottle of Leatherwood here.
Okay.
We'll see what we can do.
Nothing there. Nothing. So, cheers to KK. Cheers to her.
Well,
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. We're going to take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking to Bret Adams, owner of Black Diamond Brewery and Distillery. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of Executive Bourbon Steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your Executive Bourbon Steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your Executive Bourbon Steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show.
And during this break, we bring you, what do we bring you? Neely Family Distillery.
You're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we are talking to Bret Adams from the Black Diamond Distillery.
Yes, we are. So, Bret, I think just tell us a little bit about the company. We'll have everybody kind of pitch in and ask some questions, but I think the best way is just tell us a little bit about what you got going on.
Okay. Well, let me start. I was in my real life, I'm a recovering lawyer and a sports agent, and I've been a bourbon snob for a fair amount of time, and had an opportunity. Our brewery and distillery is in Southeast Ohio, in Nelsonville, Ohio, an historic coal mining town. There's a college there called Hocking College. They've got a great nationally recognized culinary program, and they have a fermentation program. And we had done some business with the college, and I got to know the president very well. This is a true story.
Okay.
And this is 18 months ago, and I'm having a drink with the president of the college. They had just built this incredible teaching facility for their fermentation students. They didn't have enough students really to justify the expense that they put into the facility, and in total a non-serious way, I turned to Dr. Betty Young. I said, Betty, when are you going to sell me that distillery? And she said, I thought you'd never ask. And that is the
Wonderful.
then I'm sitting there thinking, what the hell have I done?
Right.
So we mapped literally. I mean, this is a story, true story. We map out the deal on a napkin, and then they had to have the state of Ohio, because they're state funded, approve the deal, and then suddenly became a distiller.
Yeah.
And then so then it started there, and I had a relationship with the OHLQ people here in Ohio, and we were able to get a quick start, quick approval, and then I brought in Sam Schmelzer. Some of you guys may know Sam. He was at MPG, did all the blending for Penelope, and I really wanted to start out of the gate with a decent proof and a good blend. Now, again, we're very transparent about the fact that we distill very little because of our teaching stills, and we source, but we're very proud of our relationship with Middle West. I knew those guys since they started, and went to them, brought in Sam Schmelzer, got the right barrels in our opinion to make a pretty awesome 103 proof. That's our flagship bourbon, and then from there we went to our barrel proof. But where we expanded from just the brewery and distillery is we created our own market. We're opening our 9th tap room on April 1st. We have 7 tap rooms and 2 steakhouses in southeast southern Ohio, and which gives us a ready market because we provide the beer and spirits for our own.
Wow, you're kidding me, man. That's a lot.
That's awesome.
It's pretty
quick.
overwhelming. It's pretty overwhelming. I'm not a restaurateur, but we hired the right people. We got incredible managers. We've got and just an incredible start. We've created. We went out and the first thing we did. You all can see it, but we trademarked our Diamond B, and we've gotten some really good merchandising opportunities on the brand itself, and we had a lot of national attention with how we store our barrels. And I don't dominate the entire podcast here. But the train cars is what really put us on the national map, because we have next to us an historic. It's called the Hocking Valley Scenic Railway, and they do rides all summer and special trains, and it's about popular tourist attraction. And our distillery is located next to that track. And I got to know those guys. I'm seeing all these rusting box cars on the track, and I honestly, I pulled it out of my ass and said, can we store barrels in there? And got Sam's opinion and Middle West guy's opinion, and everybody came back to, wait a minute, they're doing this somewhere with not
storage
with
containers.
Storage containers.
Yeah.
And in Ohio, we get pretty hot summers in Southeast Ohio,
Right.
and really cold winters. And Sam thinks that we can actually have mature bourbon in 2 years like they do in Texas. Now that's not our goal. I mean, we want to make our own good stuff.
Right.
So
You can't cheat
not-
time. That's the
we're not
constant.
cheating.
Don't
Yeah, but
don't follow your friends in Cleveland up there.
No. No. Actually,
They know a better way. They know a better way.
part of the leather
Foolery.
distilling community ran into those guys. But anyway, so we put our first 50 barrels, again, contract distilled with our mash bill that we created from our flagship bourbon. We're in there 14 months.
Okay.
We send our first samples in May, 16 months to Sam just to get his impression on what we're looking at. But we're also very proud of the fact that it's not a gimmick, guys. These are this is our rick house. We're not running down the train's not attaching to them and running. They're stationary. It's not like another company that throws a barrel on a boat and then comes back and mixes with 1,000 barrels and says it's aged on the.
But do you have to vent it? Because it'll get.
No.
I would imagine it gets 160 plus degrees in there.
Yeah, no, we really studied this. These are old box. These are 60-year-old box cars, so they got kind of their own ventilation. So they got
okay. You got to have something because. I mean, this group is very familiar with the concept, not the railroad cars, but the storage containers. Because Wood Hat, which is a local distillery, uses storage containers. He decided he had to vent them because it gets so hot, and you got alcohol fumes, and you're talking about opening up something that's metal on metal. You've got a fireball waiting to happen, right?
Well, we have enough ventilation in the flooring.
Okay.
The rust and.
All right, I understand. Yeah, there just had to be something there. You can't put that in a hot box.
I think it's pretty good. But when we do go in and check them every couple of months and open that door, it's an incredible smell. Now maybe
I'm
just
sure
because we're so vested in it that that's the centuries exaggerated, but we really are having fun with it and like I said, getting a lot of national attention. I had a Black Diamond out. A lot of people came up to me at the Bourbon Festival and were very aware of what we're doing with the railroad cars. And that was fun to know that there's some brand recognition out there from little Southeast Ohio.
Well, it's fun when you see word of mouth getting around. You can't put a value on that. That's awesome.
Yeah, and our restaurants help too. Tap rooms and the two steakhouses really give us a brand recognition that and we do kind of brag about being the fastest selling craft bourbon in the state of Ohio history. Now, because in Ohio there's 66 distilleries. The state normally only gives you 10 stores your first year of operation because a lot of distilleries fail, and they don't want to have taking up shelf space from, and we're 14 months in, and we're in 56 liquor stores in Central and Southeast Ohio, and then we'll expand towards Cleveland here in the next couple of months.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, very cool. You sound like you're focused so far on Southeast Ohio. Are you going to be opening up tasting rooms across the state eventually?
Oh, well, we are. We're in Central Ohio too. We're
okay.
We just 3 weeks ago opened our second steakhouse called the Black Diamond Prime in Johnstown, which is a northern suburb of Columbus. But we really have that niche in these smaller towns with a little bit of a population. So we're not competing with a national chain steakhouse in Columbus. So we found some really nice markets that we've been able to go into.
Yeah.
It's hard to compete with Chili's when they're in town.
Oh God,
jeez.
Fine dining,
absolutely an
$10.99.
abomination. Absolutely an abomination. Horrible. I would not go into one of those unless it's like the only thing at an airport and I'm starving. That'd be it. I got to be pretty desperate if I'm in a Chili's. It's a bad situation.
I think
Tim loves it though. Yeah.
I think the boxcar thing is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because and I was curious originally if maybe you were gonna, if when you said this train that was next to you was a tourist attraction, if maybe you were gonna throw a car on the end of it and drag it out and bring it back. But it sounds like if they're 60 years old and naturally ventilated, maybe that wouldn't be such a good idea. But
no, they would work. We've actually talked to Sam about that. As we had more cars, and we're actually thinking about taking one of those. We're not gonna. We can get 75 barrels in in a car. We're not going to risk 75 barrels, but we'll do another car with maybe 10 barrels, and we will run it, a few times a year and see what that might do and give a different taste profile. I mean,
What about
nobody's done it.
what about a tasting room experience in the boxcar on the trip?
Okay, that's a fantastic idea. That was worth my totally coming on this podcast. Was that is a great idea.
Okay.
I would
Right
do
there.
that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
That would be
But
very cool.
uh, what we have to do, what we find ourselves doing though, is we have to explain that it's not a gimmick, that it's real. Because
Right.
when you first say that, when you put them on train car, people think that you do put them on trains. Because there was a company, and I like how you guys, and this will be another test of me listening, because you really don't badmouth other distillers, or
Right.
unless it really gets crazy. But there was a distiller that put I don't know, I saw the picture, maybe 5 or 6 barrels, and ran it from Chicago to somewhere southeast, and then called it rail car or something. But that's not us. These are real storage rick houses. Just happen to be on a train.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
would think
No.
they would certainly give the temperature variations that you would want. I mean,
Well, that's what
in
we're
the
thinking.
sun, they're gonna heat up
They're going to
and
bake. Yeah.
oh yeah,
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
cars are painted. We paint them black too. So
Even better.
oh
Nice.
yeah.
that's just our brand. So it just happened that adds a little more heat to it as
So
well.
when you see the increase of rail car thefts happen in crime logs and police blotters, we know which ones to look for.
That's a tough thing
Well-
to get away with, stealing a rail car.
Yeah.
Especially a rickety
What-
one.
Yeah.
With
Well,
venting.
we're pretty well lighted on that side of the
love
rail, and insured. So we're but that is a possibility. I think of some pranksters, especially we're right down the road from Ohio University, and which was my alma mater, and you don't know who's going to have a couple drinks and come up and try to get in the train car.
Right. Right.
But that train car experience is something. When folks are coming back and looking for things like this, I think there's a big need to. Everybody's got everything at their fingertips now. Now people want to slow it down, and there's definitely a higher end clientele that are looking for these types of experiences that are rare and they can talk about it. And the only place to get it, exclusivity and uniqueness, is from these types of experiences.
We hope so.
Yeah.
That's what we're shooting for.
Tell us a little bit about the facility itself in terms of brewery distillery. I assume you have visitors, and tell us about the experience of coming to visit you guys. Not one of the tasting rooms, because we kind of get that concept. What's
Yeah.
the distillery like?
Yeah, we do. We're located. We're not actually on the campus of the college. It was a building that the college found and rehabbed and put a lot of money in. And I mean, it's a beautiful. I mean, as a facility to invite people in, it's really nice. We have a tap room. We have a separate restaurant, Black Diamond Kitchen, in the same building. Excuse me. We do our main production there is beer.
Mhm.
Well, I'll take that story real quick, because there's a master brewer and distiller named Eric Heaton, who started the fermentation program at Hockey College, became very good friends of ours. A week before we took possession, we had done the deal. He was teaching at that point. I met him outside the facility a week before, and he said, "Hey, man, I'm so glad that you got this." He goes, I want to get out of that college environment. I want to, do my own thing. I don't want to be, constrained to the beer, what they were making me do. I want to, do this commercially. Great conversation. Left. 3 days later, I get a call from the president of the college. It said, "Hey, they just took Eric. It looks like he had a heart attack." She called me 20 minutes later, and he died. And so we lost our brewer and distiller literally a week before we took possession. So we had to scramble and find the right people. And our brewer was the only female student in that program, and so we brought Gwen back, and she has done an incredible job making all of our beers, and we're distilling. We don't have that experienced distiller yet. I mean, we're in this. You guys, I know you guys appreciate, because I've heard you talk about this so many times. Is we're in that unique position of, do we invest more money to produce, the 3 or 4 barrels a day that we could do in our facility, versus uh, sourcing and continue to source right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're delaying that decision, obviously, with a little bit of the inventory out there. We can buy product. We literally can buy product right now less expensively
Yeah,
that we can.
it's crazy times. Yeah.
It's crazy times. Even a small system that would do in expanding what we have right now. I mean, it's still $1 million investment, and we've created the brand. We're very transparent about Middle West being our source. And I don't understand.
I'd be transparent too. Middle West is awesome.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
I wouldn't have.
I wouldn't be
Yeah,
shy
yeah.
about that one bit.
Right.
But I've never understood why these brands don't want to be up. I think it's given us more credibility by saying, hey, we're a small producer, but the bulk of our bourbon is being sourced. Here's where it's being sourced from. Here's our blend. Here's our mash bill, and laying it all out there. And I think that's helped us by being very upfront and honest about it.
Yeah, I agree. I think
I
that's
don't think
the way
there's
to
I
go.
don't think there's a shame. I mean, if you look at what Penelope did, or some of these great brands, they've done it with blending so
Very
that's my
good.
story. I'm sticking to it.
All right, Matt. Do you have any questions for Brett?
Yeah, I'm always intrigued by a company that has a brewery and a distillery. Do you have a passion for fermentation? Do you have a temptation to play with different yeasts, or is that something?
I'm all on the bourbon side. We do have Gwen handles all the brewing. I don't interfere with that. I don't involve myself. She's got the experience after she graduated from hockey, and she worked for some other breweries. So mine's still an education in terms of talking to Midwest and saying, here's what we want, here's the barrels we want, here's what we're looking at. But we really rely on them and Sam Schmelzer, our blender, to give us the direction. I mean, I'm learning. I'll be more competent as I continue on this journey, but I'm not there yet to get down to the questions on yeast.
All right, KK, you got anything from Brett? Any questions?
Yeah, I'm curious about the source of the name. It's a ski reference, right?
No, but that's really good that you said. Here's so. I'm a part. We develop old buildings. We don't own a building that we don't develop that's not less than 100 years old. So during COVID, we had bought like 11 buildings in this little town. Now we had to tear 6 of them down, so it wasn't like we're at this. There was a bar there closed 5 years ago. It was called Desperados. They destroyed a 150-year-old building and put this Desperado sign on it. And anyway, we're in the process of saying, I'm standing out on the street with my partner, and I'm saying, well, first of all, I'm saying, what the hell have we done? One, because it was right at the beginning of COVID. And then two, he said, well, what are we going to call it? And I go, well, we're surely the hell not going to call it Desperados. And I said, well, listen, we're right in the middle of the coal country. Black Diamond. I go, but that's got to be taken. So I got on my phone, and I'm not a trademark lawyer, so I got on my phone and I just checked the state registration, and it wasn't registered. There was no registration. And then I called my trademark lawyer the next day, and we jumped right in and was able to trademark it. So it's based on that industrial coal area, the industry of Southeast Ohio, which
Okay.
was one of the major producers in the entire country. Now we've expanded that because people do think it's Black Diamond. When we applied for our trademark, we were really concerned that Black Diamond, the ski company, they're hundreds of million dollar company, and that they would object to our trademark. They did not. So we were able to get ours going and do the merchandise. And now we're talking about, at least in the local ski resorts, next season coming in, because it does have a Black Diamond ski ring to it. But if you were here in Ohio, you it would be more of a recognition that it's coal related.
Okay.
Black
Diamond.
So.
Yeah. Do they have Black Diamond watermelons in Ohio? That's a big thing around here. That's like the king of watermelons. You get the Black Diamonds. No, it's a thing. It's a thing. You can Google that. Yeah.
Really, but I'm going to go on trademark because I trademarked everything with Black Diamond from Black Diamond Pizza. We also do Black Diamond vodka and rum and anything.
It'd probably be something good for your tasting rooms. Again, the watermelon thing, a Black Diamond cocktail or something like that. That's throwing that one out there for free. The next one costs money. That one's for free.
That's the taste.
That's the taste. All kinds of good ideas. Hey, Bret, a couple questions. Kind of a two-parter. Do you do cast strength? Is that something you do?
We're not there yet.
Okay.
We did this initial 5-barrel blend. It was one of the barrels that was used in our blend for the flagship, and it just it came out at 121, the 5-barrel batch. So we'll get there. We'll get there.
Okay.
I'm a high proof guy. I can't.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's what I was going to tell you too. So our third one we did a Black Diamond Mine Shaft, and it's an 80 proof wheated. Now you're saying, well, why would you do that? You got these other high proof things have gotten bourbons have gotten really good reviews. Well, with 9 restaurants right now, we're going to put a $25 bourbon in that mixer and not a $55 bourbon in that mixer. I mean, it was really the economics. I mean, I like it, but it wouldn't be my favorite just because it's an 80 proof weeder.
Cocktail prices, you're profitable on the second pour these days, depending on your pricing.
Yeah.
Profitable, I believe maybe third or fourth pour. There you go.
Yeah. So we were doing, in our, again, we're producing it. So we obviously want to promote our own products. We were putting a $55 retail or wholesale bourbon in the mix instead of a $25 mix. So we adjusted some, our bartenders adjusted some of it to fit that 80 proof profile. So.
Okay. What about barrel picks? When are you going to start the barrel pick program?
We're a little early for that. We talked about that down in New Orleans, and frankly, you'd be the first guy I would talk to about it. So,
okay.
And then I'll probably have to pay for that.
Yes. Well, that one's not for free, but I can take you through the whole process, how to do it, what do you want to do, and I'll even buy the first barrel. So there you go. There you go. Bret, appreciate you coming on. We're going to start out with you. Do you want anything you want to share in terms of people want to follow this journey? Social media, websites, all that kind of stuff. Anything that'll help you out.
I really appreciate you. I really appreciate the invite. I can't tell you. When we started out this, I do listen to it. I mean, I actually started listening when Danny passed, and then.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So I went through that whole journey. I went through your partner passing.
Yeah, it's been my buddy Rick too. It's been bad stuff for sure.
Yeah. So not to point out the bad ones.
I
just trying to give you a history mark on when I really started.
Danny was a character. He was larger than this podcast. That guy was something else. He was fun for sure.
So I like listening to the old clips that sometimes you play. With him, but we I think we have the coolest website in the business, and please go look at it when you guys get off here. But it's just Black Diamond Brewery and Distillery.com. That takes you to all of our socials. It's kind of a feeding point for the brewery, distillery, the restaurant, the bourbon, and all of that. So
very cool. Same thing on social media. Search that out. It'll pop up, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Fair enough. All right. Well, we'll wrap this one up by talking about where people can find us. We will start with you, Matt.
Yeah, across all socials at Whiskey Tequila Fridays Podcast.
All right. KK.
You can find me on Instagram at KK Cast Strength.
All right. Gokin.
You can find me on Facebook at Jim Gokin or Instagram at Jimmy Big Hands.
All right. Swyatt.
You can find me on Instagram at SwyGuy2112. You can find me on YouTube at Our Flagship Whiskey and at Rush Creek Distillery's tour page.
All right. For me, I'm an easy guy to find at Steve Akeley across all social media. ABVnetwork.com. You can find all of our content, previous shows, that type of thing, what we have going on in movies, all that kind of cool stuff. If you want to head over to ABVBarrelShop.com, that's everything that's happening at the Barrel Shop. And please come by and see me. If you're in the St. Louis area, I'd love to talk some whiskey with you and show you what we've got, taste you through some of our barrel picks. That is ABVBarrelShop.com. And check us out on YouTube. Got some good things going on there. Bourbon Sasquatch on YouTube. KK, anything else to say before we get out of here?
Yeah, I'd just like to remind the audience to give us a 5-star review that includes some comments. It helps new people find the show, which is important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Bret, thanks again for coming on, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
All right, for our audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
See you, everyone.
Bye.
Hey.
Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.